Hey, Tara.
Hi, Charlie.
This is Christian. He's new to San Jose State, and he actually wanted to sit in on an SI session to see what it's about.
Okay, sounds good. Hi, Christian. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Go ahead and have a seat, and then we'll get started. Okay, you're just in time. So before we get started, my name is Tara. For those of you who don't know me, I'm your SI leader this semester for CHAD 170. So in class, we talked about Piaget's theory of cognitive development. So that's what we're going to go over today at our session, okay? So as you can see, I've already started a timeline on the board. And what we're going to do today is we're going to fill it out together, okay? So let's get started. So after a child is born, they're in the first stage of Piaget's theory. So does anybody remember what the first stage is called? Yes, Gabby?
I think it's sensory motor.
Yeah, exactly, sensory motor. Good. And does anybody remember what the age range is for sensory motor? Yeah, Charlie?
It's birth until 24 months.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So sensory motor from 0 to 2 years old. And the professor talked about having an end goal for each stage, meaning once they reach this end goal, they're moved into the next stage. So does anybody remember what the end goal is for sensory motor? Charlie?
It's for the child to achieve object permanence.
Yeah, exactly. Object permanence, yeah. So we'll go ahead and put that. And for those who don't remember, this is the idea that they know that something is there even if they can't see it. So once they kind of reach that, they're ready to move to the next stage. Okay, so now let's move on to the next stage. Does anybody remember what that one is called? Stage 2? Yeah, Jen?
I think it's the pre-operational stage, which is from ages 2 to 7, right?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So pre-operational from ages 2 to 7. Great. And there were some tasks involved with this stage to test if they're in this stage or the next stage. So does anybody remember some of those tasks? Yeah, Gabby?
I think I remember that it's like the 3 mountain test.
Yeah, 3 mountains task is one of them. That's to test perspective taking. So 3 mountains task. Does anybody remember any other tasks? Yeah, Charlie?
There were a few conservation tasks too, right?
Yeah.
It was liquid, matter. I can't remember the other ones though.
Yeah, that's great. You got half of them. So liquid, matter, there's also length and number. So those are the conservation tasks. Good. And again, we use these to test if they're in this stage or the next stage. Before we move on to the next stage, we need to talk about the end goal of pre-operational. Does anybody remember what the end goal is? Nobody? All right, that's fine. So the end goal for this one is actually symbolic thought. So they can start thinking of things more symbolically. We have the third stage now. Does anybody remember what the third stage is called? Yeah, Jen?
Isn't it formal operational?
Not quite. You're thinking of the last stage, but great. I'm glad you remembered that. There is actually another name for the third one. Does anyone know? Angela?
Concrete operational?
Yeah, concrete operational. Awesome. And does anyone remember the age range for this stage? Okay, so the age range is actually 7 to 11 years old. All right, and then does anyone know the goal of this stage, the end goal of concrete operational? Yeah, Gabby?
I think I remember it's operational thought.
Yeah, operational thought, yep. Thank you. Okay, so we've covered the first 3 already. Now we just need to move on to the last one. So does anyone remember what the last stage is? Yeah, Jen?
Oh, it's formal operation.
Yep, thank you. Formal operational, as you said earlier. And does anyone know the age range for this one?
I think it's from 12 years old to above.
Yeah, 12 and on, exactly. So basically once you're 12, they say that you're in this stage the rest of your life, basically. But again, these are ranges. Just remember, these are ranges or not. Every child is different. So, okay. So we have the age, formal operational, and what about the end goal for formal operation? Yeah, Charlie?
I think it's abstract concepts, like the sandwich task where the girl was able to come up with all the combination of sandwiches, even if the sandwiches would taste bad.
Yeah, exactly. So she was given like trying to come up with the combinations of sandwiches, And she came up with every single combination, even if it was gross, like honey and turkey, like that kind of thing. But it was for the sake of the problem. So she can think hypothetically. So yeah, abstract thought. All right, and then the task is, as Charlie said, the sandwich task. That's what we use to test if they're in concrete or formal operational. Okay, so that concludes our timeline, the whole scope of Piaget's theory. Are there any questions before we move on? No? You're all experts now? Okay, good. So yeah, we'll move on to the next activity now. Thank you for your participation.